Hi everybody and welcome back to Axion Token channel. Hope you guys are going to enjoy the content tonight. We're zooming down on one of Axion's main products, which is the Axion Collider. So we're going to have a quick look at how the Axion Collider works. You may not be too familiar with it, but it is a pretty cool, fun part of investing in the Axion ecosystem. And so we're going to get into that. Make sure you get into the chat there. Say hello. We love a vibrant community chat, so get in to do that. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe, likes, definitely smash that like button. Hit the bell, of course, and share the video. That super helps with the algorithms, of course, as well. And you can join up as well by hitting the join button with the Axion join there and support this channel as we promote Axion well into the future. And, of course, many of its other cool launches that we get on the launch pad, as well as projects like Warp and Legend and Securitas, Vabel, and much, much more. So we're going to get into the Collider, though, today. And, of course, we're going to look at all the prizes that have been won, the chance of winning, how to get them. Of course, there's a couple, at least two ways of getting a Collider, a particle NFT. So we're going to look at all that. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's get in straight. There's a poll on at the moment. Of course, there is a 1 in 25 or 4% chance of winning an Axion Collider. How many times have you won? How many times have you won? And, of course, we've got 1, 2 more times, 0%, one time. Or not won so far, or haven't even used the Collider so far. So get into that poll, folks. We've got 2 votes already, so get in there as well. Remember, there's 1 in 25 chance of winning, but once again, we have had some pretty good prizes win there. So that's where we're going to start off, folks. We're in Axion Discord. We're going to start off there with some of the prizes here. If you haven't got into the Axion Discord, hit the link below. All the links are in the video description, and you can get on there as well. Very, very cool. Just double check that the audio is up and running. I think it is. Yeah, the audio is running smooth. Let's go for gold. So here we are. This is in the Axion Discord. We've got a latest update, and Axion Collider, will you get lucky, pretty much, as well as purchasing Axion at a discount via the accelerator. So that's where you buy. Obviously, accelerator is Axion's main product. That's where you buy and stake in one go and get all the benefits. You get a big discount to market buying Axion there. So it's really good for people that want to invest, say 1 year or longer, or 350 days or longer. So it's very, very cool. You'll also be awarded a Particles NFT, and that's a big part of the bonuses there, a Particle NFT, and that's for free, of course, once you buy and stake, containing between a 1x and a 10x of your original purchase amount. So that's that could be a massive ROI X return straight off the bat by winning that. So pretty awesome. And to enter the NFT into the Collider and see if it's a winner. So once you get a Particle NFT, since you've been through the Collider, you can do that. You can also buy Particle NFTs on OpenSea as well, the biggest NFT marketplace in the world. So you can definitely buy it on there too. Let's have a quick look at the results so far. So far, Collider attempts 4,306. Can you believe it? That's a ton of Collider attempts. And, of course, wins, 171 wins versus 4,135 losses. Okay, so that shows you that it's a 1 in 25 chance of winning. That's 4% chance of winning and that. So once again, 1 in 25. So the amount won, of course, has been 338,337,435 Axion. That is like crazy number there. And, of course, that equates to $13,620 at the current price of Axion, I believe. So nice. Here's a little image of the Collider itself. You can see that, but we're gonna see how that plays. This one here is Collider engaged. You can see it operating in real time. And, of course, we're going to wait for that sort of processes. If you've got a 1 in 25 chance of winning, this one here was successful as a demo. You can see that will show green. If it's unsuccessful, it will show red. Pretty cool. That is the Particle NFT there. You can see it. You put it into that little box and then push the machine. Pretty cool. Let's get into the main section, folks. But before we do that, let's don't forget to get in the chat, say hello. We'd love a vibrant community chat during the live stream for sure. So definitely say hello. And, of course, fill out the vote. We've got 3 votes in there already. So definitely fill it out so far. So we'll see how we get on towards the end of the live stream. So here we are, the Axion Collider. This is axion.network /Collider. This is the official website of Axion. And here it is, the Axion Collider. Isn't that graphic just like amazing? And, of course, this is the top-notch graphics that we get through Axion. Is so cool and engaging. Now, get an Axion Particle NFT every time you buy using the accelerator. So with the accelerator, it's quite unique in staking projects because you can buy and stake in one go. You don't have to buy it off the market like Uniswap or QuickSwap or SushiSwap or PancakeSwap. You don't have to buy it, do any of that. You can just buy and stake in the Axion portal on the accelerator page and get your stake. When you do that, of course, you have a chance of, you basically get a free particle NFT that you can use in the Collider for a chance to win bonus Axion, which is pretty exciting. It just makes that, it gives you that edge. And sometimes people get a massive return on investment if they do win. So that's kind of the upside there. Now we've got the particle NFT there. You can see it shimmering around there as I move the mouse around. The class is a particle. The function is a bonus Axion. Very, very cool. Now you can buy this on OpenSea as you were. We're going to check that out later in the live stream. So hold on to that. We'll definitely look at that. So here is the details of the particle NFT. So NFT means non-fungible token. It's basically something that's special or unique inside a smart contract that makes that very, very cool as opposed to being common. So as opposed to being a fungible token, a very common token. So very cool. The type, of course, particles, the rarity, it varies. The status is that you can transfer it, of course, between wallets. It's sellable on OpenSea. So pretty cool. The network is on Polygon network. Obviously, Axion is on Polygon, super fast and super cheap, not having to pay expensive fees like on Ethereum for many other projects. Of course, the function is a bonus, and you can view it on OpenSea. We will check that out later. But the best way of getting them is typically through the accelerator, buying and staking Axion, earning Axion interest, earning wrapped Bitcoin dividends, and getting that particle NFT, plus all the bonuses that you get from the accelerator and the bigger pays better stake. So pretty cool. There's so many bonuses in the accelerator. It's crazy. Turn particles into Axion using the new Axion Collider. Each particle NFT contains a multiplier for each time you buy Axion and accelerator. So that's very key to remember. Turn the particles into Axion using the Axion Collider. Each particle NFT contains a multiplier for which you can buy Axion and the accelerator. So you might get a 1x or 2x or 3x or 4x, 5x, or a 10x. That would reflect a 10x times your original investment. There is a maximum, of course, that's 50 million Axion. So just take that into account, but it is pretty awesome. Each NFT can be redeemed for a chance to get a bonus stake up to 10x, which is pretty amazing. If you won that, it's like the first day getting a massive return on investment. Other than that, you still get a very good rate, up to 47% using Axion interest, or inflation as we like to call it, plus, of course, wrapped Bitcoin dividends that you get every day in real time. Very cool. All right, so here it is in animation. So we're going to have a look at this. You can see it just spinning around there. The Collider is engaged, checking parallels. So this is just a nice little video giving a sneak preview of how it works. We're going to go to the Axion portal where it is. So it's that successful. So let's see what you do. We'll start from the beginning. And of course, there it is. You put your NFT in. You set the benefit or how long you want to stake, and then you engage the Collider. It's going to smash together Axion particles that you got out, and it's based on how much you invested and the randomness that you got in terms of your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 10x. And of course, if you're successful, you get a bonus investment or stake. And of course, that's awesome. If you're unsuccessful, of course, then obviously you don't. But that's just the way it goes. Collide your particle NFTs to get a chance to earn bonus Axion from the accelerator. And of course, how to get a participable a particle NFT, I should say. And whenever you buy Axion and accelerator, you will be minted a particle NFT. This NFT will contain particles that are a multiplier of the amount of Axion you bought in the accelerator. So if you had $1,000 worth of Axion, you could get up to potentially, a 10x, but of course the maximum is around about 2,050 million Axion. So there's a cap on it. The amount of particles multiplier is randomly picked, and this is very important. So when you go through the accelerator, you don't know which one you're going to get. It's going to be random, but between 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, or 10x, which is very rare, and you may want to hold on to that or sell it on OpenSea. Just depends what it is. The maximum particles can be contained in the NFT is 50 million. So there is a cap there. You can also buy particle NFTs on OpenSea if there are any currently listed. We will check that out, as I said earlier, later on. What to do with it, of course, you have two things you can do with the particle NFT. You can list it for sale on OpenSea for another user to buy it, or you can enter it into the Collider for a chance to turn it into staked Axion. There's actually a third thing you can do with it, and that is do nothing, just leave it in your wallet for another day. But ultimately, there's only two things you can do with it there. What is the Collider? The Axion Collider is a new tool available on the Axion staking portal, and we're going to check that out soon. That's where everything is, all the business is done. The Collider allows you to choose a particle NFT from your collection. It will detect the number of particles inside that NFT and allow you to set the length of the stake that you would like if the particles successfully collide. So they're basically smashed together, and it's a bit like the Hadron Collider in Europe. They're trying to smash together particles to try and find out whether you can get some Axion, discover some Axion, which is a subatomic particle. Some say they think that might make up part of the mass of a dark matter. Ooh, getting spooky there. Of course, nice. All right, so particles successfully collide. When you engage the collider, it reads a huge number of variables on the blockchain to get a random number. So it's pretty fair, folks. If the generated number matches the odds, then the token is successfully minted into the Axion and a new stake is created. So if you get that random number comes up, that random chance of smashing those particles together, getting Axion stake, then you will win basically and get a bonus investment or bonus stake. It's pretty cool. This stake will receive a Bitcoin dividends and be used to qualify for Axion launch. If the particles fail to collide, however, then no stake is created. Either way, the particle NFT is burned. So really, it just gives, when you buy and stake through the accelerator, you get a bonus particle NFT. It gives you a chance of winning a bonus investment. And that's pretty exciting just by itself. Why would I sell an NFT? Of course, if you get an extremely rare 10x particles multiplier, you may want to sell this NFT to someone else who will want to use it in the collider. As with all NFTs, the prices are set up to the user's listing. Obviously, you got to make sure you don't overpay for a particle NFT. That's one thing you have to be careful of. But you can find good value sometimes there if you're willing to take the risks there. Do I have to use the collider? No, you do not. You can let your particle NFTs build up over time until you have quite the collection, or you can put them in the collider after using the accelerator. The choice is yours. Generally, I would either choose to sell it or just to use it in the collider, because obviously if you get an investment set up, that once, if you do win successful, that new investment will earn you interest in or inflation, as we like to call it, in Axion, 8% per year. Of course, wrap Bitcoin dividends as well. And you don't want to miss out on that, do you? And of course, you can set the term of the collider period in case you do win up to 15.2 years. So you can get over 300% more shares, which will mean you'll get a lot more wrap Bitcoin dividends. So it really is an upside to it for sure that you can actually influence. Does it cost to use the collider? There is no charge to use the collider aside from the gas fees, currently a few tenths of a penny on the Polygon network. It's a feature given out to the Axion community as a bonus to using the accelerator. So if you're going to buy and stake Axion, you're going to pick up all those benefits, plus you're going to get the particle NFT. It really is a bonus to the community. Pretty cool. So the Axion NFT system ecosystem continues to grow with the Axion Collider now live on the staking portal, which is pretty cool. You can get your particles by going to the accelerator. So that there, folks, is on the website. I'm going to post that link in the chat there in case you want to check that out. So I have got the links in the video description, so you can definitely do that. Bam, there it is there. Hey, we've got Kim in the house. Say hi, sir, and also it's good to see Kim in the chat there. And of course, there is the link as well. So welcome, Kim, and welcome to everybody else watching this live stream, as well as those watching after the live stream. If you've got any comments, of course, after the live stream, do leave them there. I will answer them to the best of my knowledge, or refer you on to the official Axion team. Obviously, that is the way it's going to be. Very cool. Let's jump over to the collider. So the Axion portal is up here. That's where you can click on, or you can just click at the bottom of the page, of course, and that will take you to the Axion accelerator. So that will bring you up to here. And of course, we're going to bypass. This is where you buy and stake in the Axion accelerator. And of course, we'll come back to this later. And as you can see that you do get a particle NFT there, and we'll talk about that. So very cool. That will once you do buy and stake your NFT, your particle NFT will show up here. But when you want to use it in the collider, it will show up at the bottom here, and you will be able to put it into here. So this is what we're going to go through now, folks. So you can see at the top, Axion Collider. It's on the Axion Collider tab here. It's the third one down on the Axion portal. And this is at axion.stake.network is the website. The link is in the video description. So Axion Collider, equip your Axion particle NFTs in the Axion Collider for a chance to fuse into new Axion tokens. If your particles fuse into Axion, it will be staked for the duration that you choose, which I like that aspect because you can actually influence the benefit that you get because once again, you get over 300% more shares if you stake 15 years, and that means a lot more wrapped Bitcoin dividend, right? So every year that you stake above 350 days, you get 20% more shares. So over 15 times 20% is over 300%. That's how you get it. And of course, that means a lot more wrapped Bitcoin dividends. Your Axion stake will behave just like a normal stake. In other words, the stake that you set up through the accelerator or directly on the stake page. And of course, your Axion stake will behave just like a normal stake, including earning Bitcoin dividends and enabling you to participate in Axion launch, which is pretty cool. So Axion launch, of course, gives you lots of opportunities to get early access to some really cool and varied projects. So very nice on that. with 1 year stakes or up. So you have to have a stake 1 year up, and of course, typically 1 year and 15 years to typically get most of the benefits there. So pretty cool. If you want to learn more, click here to learn more, of course, and that will bring you back to the website there. No doubt, if I remember rightly. So cool. Let's say that you had an NFT particle at the bottom here. It says I've got no NFT particles detected here. I can get one by going through the accelerator, buy and staking to earn a particle NFT, or I can buy them on OpenSea. We'll definitely check that out. And of course, let's pretend that I had one. I just put it into here, of course, and it will then allow me to set up it'll show the amount of particles over here and the chance of collision here. And then I can just scroll along the amount of days that I want this investment or stake to last. And I can go all the way to 5,505 days, which is 15.2 years. So I can do that. And why would I do that? Because you get over 300% more shares. So when you stake your Axion, you swap your Axion for shares. And of course, I want the most shares I can get. And of course, the best way of doing it is 15.2 years. And of course, that's going to give me a lot of wrapped Bitcoin dividends. Now, with wrapped Bitcoin dividends, of course, I can withdraw at any time as they come in through the accelerator. So as people invest in the accelerator, a proportion, 30% of that goes to buy wrapped Bitcoin dividends and gives it back to stakers. And of course, that's what I want the most of. So cool, cool, cool. Plus, on top of that, I get Axion at the end of the stake. So very nice. All right, so that's the way it works there, folks. You can set it at any time you like, of course, but it will affect the shares that you get. You can do 1 year. You can do any length you like. A minimum is 120 days. Maximum is 5,555. So cool on that. Then, of course, it will show you up the principal and the shares, all the value at the bottom there. Then all you have to do is click engage. That's it. So you click engage and away you go. So 2 quickly steps. Put your NFT into the box here. Then set the period that you want to stake. Then click engage. That's 3 steps. Pretty easy. Then it will start processing. As we saw, it will start doing the process. So we'll go up to the top here. You can see that in action. It will start doing this thing here. And Collider engaged scanning for Axion tokens. So are you going to be successful? In this case, you are successful. And of course, there we are. It's going to show up green. And of course, if it fails, it will show up red. So let's just take that into account. All right. So that's pretty cool. That's what will happen. And once you win, of course, it will show up as a stake on the staking page right at the very bottom. But you'll start earning wrapped Bitcoin dividends as soon as people go through the accelerator after you did. And you start earning Axion there. Pretty cool. Your shares will show up the top here and the value of your portfolio on the top left. Very, very cool. So you'll have 2 stakes on this, the one that you got through the accelerator and the second one, the one that you won through the collider. It's that simple, folks. So very, very cool. Let's jump over to the, obviously you can buy and stake through the accelerator to pick up a particle NFT. And you can see that, as I say, down here. You can see that in this row. Or you can go buy one. So you don't have to buy and stake Axion, but you can go buy one and you can go to the Axion collection here. So we're going to check that out too. So this is the Axion collection here on OpenSea. I might post this as well. And let's paste that. Let me post that there one more time. That's the Axion collider. So you can see the website for that. That is the collider. But we're going to go to the actual collection. Let me just refresh this as we pick this up as well. And you can see that we're just going to go to the collider. Let me just somewhere at. All right. Let me control C that and I paste this one in too. Bam. And there we are. That will give you to the price there. Cool. So that's the actual, if you want to get buy one on OpenSea, you can do that. Stephen says, I don't use the accelerator. I just buy on SushiSwap, says Stephen. So Stephen's not buying through and staking through the accelerator, just buying on SushiSwap. So missing out a lot of the bonuses there, Stephen. So definitely something that's an opportunity cost for you to do that. Kim says, you guys buying or dumping? I've been buying, Kim, as I've been saying the last couple of days during the live stream. Been dying. What happened today is we'll check out the Axion chart later on, and we'll talk about that a bit more later. But let's get into the collider at the moment, which is the main topic. So here it is, all the colliders up for sale at the moment on OpenSea. So basically, people have bought and staked through the accelerator, and they have pretty much got these free particle NFTs, and they all have potential value if they are successful. But they also have potential value on OpenSea in terms of people setting prices. Now, you can go to the top at the bottom here, and you can actually set all the different types that you want. Now, you can actually just search, if you want to search for certain types of sizes of particles, maybe you want really big ones, then you can actually scale it up and say, I want ones with close to 50 million particles. 50 million is the maximum. We can see there's a 50 million particle one here, not for sale though, but you can make an offer. There is a 50 million particle one here up for sale for 0.65 Ethereum. But is that economic? Is that worth it? I don't think it is. So you've got to make sure that it is worth it. You've got to decide what you're willing to pay. So you might want willing to pay maybe 10% of the potential win value. Remember, it's a 1 in 25 chance of winning. So you have to really work out what you're willing to pay, but you certainly wouldn't want to pay the whole price of the particle because that would mean that you're just paying. You could actually not win that. All right, so you got a 1 in 25 chance. So you wouldn't want to pay someone the total value of the investment. It makes no sense. You would just go through the accelerator and invest and get another particle. That's probably makes a lot more sense. So you have to keep your head, be smart about what you're paying for some of these NFTs. Of course, we can scroll down and go for a smaller NFT. And of course, all you have to do is take the particles, multiply it by the price of Axion at any time. You can work out what the value that is and what you're willing to pay for it. Maybe you're only willing to pay a 20th of the price. So you just need to think about the economics there because you only have a 4% chance of winning 1 in 25. So to take that into account. So here we are. Here's whole ton of particles between 0 and 14 million. And of course, you can see the particles at the bottom there to 92,000. This one. So these are quite small. So some very small investments. They're only a couple of dollars each. So you got to take that into account. You can keep scrolling up. And of course, like I say, you can use this here to find out what sort of price range you want to look for particles. And maybe $50 is the minimum that you're looking. Maybe it's $1,000. You just have to find the right particles that are in there. And then, of course, you're only going to pay a share of that. Remember, 1 in 25 chance of winning 4%. So you probably would want to pay 4% of the price of the NFT. Maybe you'd go a bit higher. But apart from that, you've got to really take that into account of what it's actually worth. The other thing, of course, is this has a rarity, a 1x or a 10x. That's kind of not so important. Really, the main one is how many particles are in it and what you're willing to pay for it. That's the main one to check out. But you can see there's lots here. Let's go down and have a look at one of these. There's lots of small ones, right? Lots of small particle ones here up for sale. But what you're going to find is at the very top, it will be the cheapest one. But they're probably the cheapest because they've got the least amount of particles. Therefore, they're the least valuable as well. So let's just check on this first one, just for argument's sake. So this one here is selling for Ethereum on the Polygon network, and it's 0.0008, so it's $2.34. Gives you a nice indication there. It's got a sale on 2 days and 7 hours to go. And of course, it tells you all things about it there. And we're going to go to the properties. You can see it's a particle one there. And we're going to go to the stats. This is the main thing we're after. We want to know what this is, 92,856. So we can just multiply that by the price of Axion. So we can do that now. Let's just take that. We're going to go pull the calculator up. And of course, we're going to go 856 times 0.000, or quadruple zero, I should say, 36. I think, yeah, 36 is close enough. And of course, that's $3.34 that is worth if I win it. Of course, that's going to earn Axion, Rapid Coin Divs and stuff like that. But that's how you want to look at that. And of course, it's currently up for $2.34. So that is just too expensive. Too expensive to buy. It's $2.34 over $3.34, and I only have a 1 in 25 chance of winning a $3.34. So I would only be willing really to pay 4% of that or slightly more. So maybe 13, 14 cents would be the price that I'd want to pay for that. Maybe I might go as high as 20 cents or something like that. So, but otherwise 4% would be worth. So this one here should not trade theoretically, but sometimes people buy it anyway. So that's just the way it goes. You got to be, it is a market after all. People will not always get the deal on one side or the other. So you've got to take that into account. This one here has got 44,000 particles. These are all too expensive in my view. So I wouldn't be buying any of this myself, but there may be deals at higher amounts. So when we go to higher particles amounts, maybe somebody's priced it relatively low compared to the particles that we're after. So let's go through the particles and quickly go for that. Let's actually move this up, and maybe we'll go from, let's go from, say, 5 million up to 10 million. Let's go look for particles there. Let's see what we've got. So 0.14 here. 15, I should say. So we'll have a look at this one, see if this one's a deal or not. It's $43.94, and we're looking between, what did we say, 5 million and 10 million, I think we were. So this one here has got how many particles? 8 million. This might actually be worth buying. So let's have a look at this. We're going to do the numbers here. So we've got 8 million and 8,050,000 particles. Let's just do that. 8,050,000 times quadruple 0.36. So that is worth $290. And we've got a 1 in 25 chance of winning. So let's multiply that by 0.04. That's going to give us about a $12 price. So that's going on the market for 44. This is much better value than the last one we saw, which was not great value at all. This is 4 times higher maybe a 3.5 times higher than I'd be willing to pay, even if I was to go double that amount and pay for maybe $24. I am still paying a lot more than the chance of winning. Unless I was a real gambler, I would say, okay, I'm going to win $290. It's $44, but I've got a 125 chance. If I'm a real risk taker and taking a punt, I might go for the $44. But other than that, you know the odds are really stacking against you in terms of that value, just on a basic straight up. So there is two ways, folks. You can get the particle NFT through the accelerator by buying and staking. That's basically investing in the Axion ecosystem, earning Axion course, and of course earning wrapped Bitcoin dividends. So that's pretty cool. You also get access to the accelerated bonuses and the big paydays going through the accelerator. So it is a big deal. And of course the particle NFT, or you can decide not to invest at all and just go for the collider and try and buy colliders that are close to a good value, and then you can just play in the collider just by going on OpenSea and not even investing in Axion. You can just buy the collider on OpenSea if they're good deals, of course, and put them in a particle thing. You got a 1 in 25 chance of winning, and you might end up with a lot of stakes that way. So that's another way of doing it. So it's all part of the fun and part of the bigger ecosystem. And of course, NFTs have made this possible. So I think it's pretty exciting for sure. Hey, we've got a couple of comments in here. So I'm going to go through some of the comments before we move on to the next topic. But this was pretty much an introduction overview to the collider. I hope that has definitely helped you with that for sure. If you're looking at buying and staking an Axion, getting that collider is a real bonus. And of course, if we come back to the general here, we can actually see so far 4,360 attempts, 171 people have been successful, 4,135 losses, and of course a 1 in 25 chance of winning, which is 4% chance. We've got 378 million has been won so far. That's amongst these 171 people, and of course that's $13,620 United States currency. So that's pretty good on that so far. So very, very cool on that. And nice. All right, so let us get into the comments and see how everybody's going. Stephen says, I'm buying Axion dollar cost averaging every week, says Stephen. All right, so you're buying on the market. You're accumulating a speculative amount of Axion, but well done to you on that. Hey, it all makes part of the economics environment. There's always people speculating on the price and accumulating bags that way. We're going to talk about the price pretty soon, so hopefully that'll be something interesting too. Kim says, looking at the market on CoinMarketCap, they must be front running the dump on the Putin invasion and real dump when he does. Yeah, I'm not so sure he's actually going to do it, but we'll see whether that does occur. Kim says, yes, dollar cost is safe option. It is DCA is a good strategy in investing. Absolutely. Steven says, I don't like the time restrictions on the accelerator. I already have long stakes for 15 years. So that's okay. So you're doing a mixed strategy there. You got some long-term stakes, Steven, and you got a short-term accumulation strategy as well. Very, very nice. Oblio says, I buy through the accelerator. I believe Axion is a coin worth holding. If I can get more from bonuses, it's better for me as well, says Oblio. So nice one, Oblio. And Kim says, 15 years. I don't mind since Hex does it. Nice way to build trust with the devs, I guess, says Kim. Hey, nice one. Steven says, I have Hex stakes. They are doing great. Yeah, nice one, Steven. Your Hex is obviously doing very well. Oblio says, although if you start saving the Collider NFTs, once we climb, they will be worth a lot more. Hey, that's a fantastic observation, Oblio. So Oblio is saying that if you do go buy and stake, you have accumulated a whole ton of NFTs here on the NFT collection, that they, when the price goes up, that they will be even worth even more value. That's a very good strategy. So instead of using them in that collider, you could, instead of selling them on OpenSea, you could speculate on the price of Axion and the value of those going up over time and maybe sell them or use them at a later date. That's a very good strategy. Nice one, Oblio. Steven says, I bought Hex at a fraction of a cent. Best investment I've ever made. I'm sure Hex was definitely the best chart for much of 2020 and most of 2021 too, Steven. And maybe it surely will be heading into this year as well, as I expect so too. But let's keep it onto Axion, which is what we're talking about at the moment. Kim says, Apollo coin, the devs exit dumped on us. Yeah, there's a lot of projects like that. Axion has been through. Axion has survived as a phoenix rising from the ashes a couple of times, but it is stronger than ever in my view, despite the price at the moment. So very, very cool. In fact, the price is really still an opportunity for people to pick up a lot of Axion and start earning. It's a 15-year plus project. Remember, every stake's 15 years. Kim says, Apollo coin, yeah, weird one. Kim says fees killed my Hex. Yeah, fees are very bad for unstaking on Ethereum. Obviously, Hex is still there. They are doing Pulsechain though, so we get a copy of that. And of course, Wise is over there too. It's very expensive to unstake there. Typically, the best times if you're looking to unstake stakes over on the Ethereum chain is on Sundays between 1 and 3 a.m. That's Sundays 1 and 3 a.m. UTC time. Okay, so UTC time 1 to 3 a.m. Typically so, not always, but typically so is the cheaper time, and that makes a big difference if you're unstaking. You try to possibly target 60 Gwei or less on those days. You can get those from time to time, so that would make unstaking those stakes very much cheaper because they still use the S-load function over there, which is very expensive. Hence why Hex is going on to Pulsechain, and of course, Wise is looking to migrate stakes onto Polygon. So obviously, Axion's already been ahead of the pack. Axion's already here, super fast, super cheap, and that's been a real benefit to Axion holders. So very cool. Stephen says, I'm looking forward to Pulsechain. It will double my stakes this season. Yeah, everybody is, that's for sure. And there's nothing stopping Axion from going on to Pulsechain either. So Axion can be a multi-chain, and we've got the dev team to do it, one of the best. And so don't be surprised by this team just because they're working on current other things in terms of the dev side. They still can be brought over to do lots of smart things on this side of the pond, as it were. Now, Kim says, I made heaps of 2070 Hex in daily steps. More gas to unlock than it's worth. Yeah, well, a 20 and 70 Hex. Yeah, I'm surprised. You're talking about 20 Hex and 70 Hex? Yeah, I don't even know how you did that, even back in the day. I guess back when ETH fees were like 2-3 cents. Maybe you were doing it that, but even then, the Hex was a fraction at that time when the pennies, maybe, what was it? I'm not sure if it had 0002 on the market at the time for the price. Maybe Pulse can save my Hex to make it worth it. Well, Pulse will definitely do that, Kim. So you're going to be saved through the Pulse chain, that's for sure. But anyway, let's keep it on to Axion, folks, most of the time. So Kim says, just need to wait, really. Axion moving to Polygon was awesome move, which Hex couldn't follow. Yeah, so they're going to do their own thing, as I say. Wise is going to try and move to Polygon too with bring over their stakes for the ETH as well. So there we are, folks. Axion moved first, and that was always a good call. Steven says, I like Axion being on Polygon. It's way better than on Ethereum. It is super fast, super cheap. And very occasionally there's little issues like gas, but most of the time it's not. Kim says, yes, fees were literally cents back then to more stakes. Yeah, they were, Kim. But yeah, I would have thought you would have been doing more than 70 or 80, 20 or 70 Hex at a time staking if you got them back then, Kim. Are you talking about thousands of Hex, 20,000, 70,000 Hex, or are you talking about 20 or 70? Let me know in the chat there. All right, so folks, that is cool. So we've definitely, thanks to Obulator, pretty much reminding me of the fact that you can speculate on the price there that is your third option for sure. So very cool. But colliders are a big part of the fun, and of course, as we saw, you can actually a lot of people are winning, as we see here, 171 winners so far, and 378 million Axions. Pretty nice. $13,600. So pretty cool. Let's jump over to, of course. Let's jump over to the Axion price. I'm going to check this out at the moment. Now, we're going to get onto the details, the nitty-gritty. As you know, I've been covering the Axion price pretty intensely. And, of course, we were actually heading in the right direction. We have been pulled down at the moment with the price of Ethereum moving down. And, of course, the Ukraine geopolitical risk has helped that along as well. So let's have a look here. We're actually tracking up. As you saw, we're actually moving up nicely here. And we wanted to reach that magical number there. Quadruple 05 is where we wanted to start breaking the structure of this chart. But unfortunately, the markets decided to have another correction. ETH pulled back to down as well. So that has also encouraged potentially one of our whales in the top 6 or 7 whales that we have that have over $1 billion Axion liquid decide to sell down 120 million of that. That pushed them out of the $1 billion club. Underneath that, but they've still got 900 and so liquid Axion sitting there, millions sitting there, but they did sell 120. That's really what hit this price today, folks, and that's pretty much that one account. So there have been a few other little accounts around it, but you'll see that is the case. So let's go and have a look at that. I've just told you that's what happened. Let's go check it out as we go down here. We're going to go bound and find that major sale at the moment. So that's really here it is here. This was some time ago now. You can see that. So we've got this one here. 120 million Axion was sold. That was 1.5 Ethereum. We're going to go check on that wallet, and you will see that they still have 907 million Axion left. They were in the $1 billion club in the liquid, but they now have 907 million left. And of course, they're a while. I don't expect them to start keeps. They may be on a long-term sell down, but I do not see that. Typically, they might just sell it a little bit and maybe try and make the market go down so they can buy more Axion. That sometimes whales do that. Sometimes they may just need the money. Maybe they just need it for something else. So there's lots of different reasons why they may or may not be doing stuff at the moment. So we're going to jump into that wallet and see what that's happening with that at the moment. We can see that they also sold 38 million 2 days ago. So they did do a few little sales. Before that, of course, they had some going into stakes 16 days ago. They had $1 billion going into stakes, so they had some coming out. So it actually looks like they're a pretty good wallet that's doing a lot of short-term stakes with their billions. Yeah. So they've got short stakes going on there. Maybe every month, every 2 weeks, they're doing stakes. You can see that, and they look like they burnt a stake there 109 days ago with 1.4 billion. So definitely they've been selling a bit there. So we'll see whether they are deciding to sell right out over the next few weeks or months. Be something of interest for sure. We can see that their wallet's 1722. So we're going to click out of there, and of course we're going to go to holders there, and we're going to see who's in the Axion holders. We can see that we've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wallets over $1 billion. I do believe one of these wallets is one of the Axion accounts. I just can't remember which one. I'm pretty sure one of these is an Axion account, one of the Axion official team. So that would mean that we've got 5 accounts over $1 billion. But like I say, I've done an audit about a couple of weeks ago, and of course, hardly any of these have actually moved. We had a couple of wallets exit the top 50, and you can see the top 50 wallets are over 200 million Axion there. And of course, I did an audit on that, and not a lot of movement. There was a couple that left in the $250,000 mark. And then, of course, we had a couple of wallets that were accumulating, buying up Axion, and they were much bigger. And so that's why we're starting to see a price appreciation at that time. So lots of stuff happening there. You can see this is the stuff here. Now, will they end up staking? We'll be watching to see whether they do stake as we move forward as well, because really when they're not staking, they're not earning Axion interest, they're not earning wrapped Bitcoin dividends with that. So it is kind of a dead plan to leave it there because they can't just exit the project, right, without selling down the price down too far. Remember, the price goes down by a square value, so they have to be careful with that. Cool. But like I say, we haven't seen much action until today with this one whale deciding to do that, and of course a little sale back there earlier. We had lots of little buys going on here, of course, going through most of the day. You can see that lots of buys going through. And then, of course, we've just gone through a little bout of, these are very small sales. These ones are nothing to think about. This only, very small amount of money going through there. It's really the ones that are in the millions that really moved the price around a little bit. This is 5.8, not too bad, but you can see that the price was still around about quadruple 036 there. And we're up to now quadruple 036. So that can be moved around fairly quickly. I'm just trying to see when we moved under quadruple 04. And we'll go back here as well. So quadruple 04 there. So we had 22 million sell. We had the 120 million sell. So this was the two accounts that really moved us below that momentum that we had over quadruple 04. And so that's actually changed. Just 2 accounts. That's all it was, folks. Just take that into account. It's not a whole avalanche of accounts, just those 2 accounts. Let's have a look here, and let's go into the chart now. So this is where we're at the moment. We've still got that target. We never know. We might get some nice good buys. We'll be watching that as well. But it certainly means that that's definitely a buying opportunity for people at the moment. So we're going to go into the DMI here. We're going to get rid of the chart mineral stuff there. So we have seen this increase in sellers. And of course, that was pretty much 2 sellers. And of course, we have seen the buyers drop off. So obviously, we want this to reverse, and we'll have to wait for that to happen. The momentum for the sellers is also up. So this is the direction. This is the momentum of that direction. And of course, it's still not confirmed yet. Still not over 25. So if that went over 25, that'd be very strong selling. At the moment, we're still under 20. So still not quite there yet. So we'll definitely see tomorrow will be very important to see the directions that these take for sure. So we're watching the next 24 hours. As well. Now, I do notice quite a few wallets accumulating small little pockets of investments at the moment in Axion. So whether they'll be big enough to move the price up over the next couple of days will be interesting as well. All right, cool. Let us jump over to let us jump out of here and let us move over to the whole total numbers. We've got 191.5 million total liquidity. We've got light volume, still light volume. That's what I mean. It's not a big amount of money moving around this at the moment. $9,500 US is not a big amount. So 32.9. With the smaller liquidity pool, the price can move up and down a lot easier. So just take that into account. And so we've got 33 Ethereum in the pool. We've got how much Axion? We've got 2.62 billion Axion in the pool. So there's plenty, very good time for a buyer's market at the moment to pick up a lot of Axion, especially if you're wanting to stake that longer term earn interest, because you can pick up a hold amount. And if you've got diamond hands, then that takes that Axion off the market. It's pretty good. Also, what else we got? We've got the market cap at just under $3 million US. So a lot of room to move higher on that. And of course, we've got what else? We've got circulating supply just under 81 billion. And of course, 1 ETH at the moment, 1 Ethereum, folks, at the moment will get you 81.58 million Axion on the market on CC Swap. And of course, if you go through the accelerator, you can pick up a lot more than that if you buy and stake through the accelerator. So that is terrific results, especially if you're looking at a medium long-term investment. So very cool. All right, so those are the overall numbers for the price. Let's go back to the Axion accelerator and to the Axion portal here. We're going to jump. We've covered the collider, we've covered the stake, and we've covered the NFTs. We're going to come up to the Axion accelerator, and we're going to have a quick look at the overall results at the moment. So we've got 12 hours and 3 minutes to go. So we're halfway today, and we start with 375 million. We've got 364 million left. We've basically sold 2%. So let's scroll down and see what that is. So 12.5 million Axion sold so far. 6 million Axion's been burned. So basically 55% of what goes through the accelerator by investors goes and buys Axion off Sushi Swap and gives price support, but also that gets burned. So 6 million burned so far, and 0.00281 Bitcoin paid to stakers. So obviously only 2% sold. So well, it's got 3% there now, but obviously as that goes up, increasing, then obviously those numbers go up too. So cool. 12 hours to go though, folks. People have used Matic to go in there, and a little bit of Wrap Bitcoin so far. So still early days at this stage. Very cool. All right, let's jump back over to the, obviously if you want to buy and stake, of course, all you have to do is select one of these different tokens on Polygon Matic, and then decide how much you want to invest. And then, of course, the period that you stake really determines the benefits that you're going to get. Longer pays better. And, of course, you really start getting the benefits 350 days or more. So 350 days or more, you really start getting the benefits. 1% in the accelerator, and then 1% each year after that. So up to 15 years would be, or 5,505 days would be 15%. So obviously, as you do longer, you get more bonus. Also, you're going to start getting the big payday bonuses. So that's the first bonus, the accelerator. Second bonus is the big payday bonus, and there's 4 of those in the next couple of years. And of course, on top of that, you get the potential, you get the particle NFT that gives you a chance to win that bonus investment. And then, of course, on top of that, you get earn Wrap Bitcoin dividends in addition to the Axion that you're earning. So it's pretty cool. Now, you can obviously go up to 5,555 days. That will get you the maximum benefits. You get all 4 big paydays over the next 4 years. Plus, you get the 15% out of the accelerator. Very nice. And on top of that, you get the big, so you got big paydays, the big bonus there, the particle NFT, and of course, you get the Wrap Bitcoin dividends. Sweet. Click stake, and then it will go through and show up on the stake page. And there we are. You're part of the Axion community. It's going to be pretty cool. Make sure you get into Telegram and Discord, of course, and hang out there. It's pretty fun. Let's have a look at the overall ecosystem and see what we've got there. So the total supply at the moment is 334.7 billion Axion. 24% of that is circulating supply, 80.9 billion. And of course, 10 billion of that or more is sitting in the team's development wallet. So really, it's probably around about 70 billion, somewhere in that mark, as the circulating supply. The total staked is 76%, 253.8 billion. And of that, 49%, folks, 49% is staked for 15.2 years. And that's the best numbers in staking in crypto, 163.5 billion. Amazing. And of course, the average stake length is 8 years. Can you believe it? 8 years? That compares to 6.11 years in Hex, and of course 3.7 years in Wise, which is actually probably even lower now, given a lot of the unstaking in January in the Wise project. So pretty amazing, folks. Really good results. Now let's get down to the bottom line. This is my favorite part. This is Oblio's favorite part as well. This is the burn, baby, burn. But before we do that, let's check the comments and make sure I'm up to date. And Kim says no, 20 Hex and 70 Hex. Okay, so yeah, those pretty small amounts there, Kim. Definitely not economic at this stage. We have to wait for Pulsechain for that. Kim says, what's planned for when Hex was $1? So I had daily stakes ready between those amounts. Understand that, Kim. Boy, unfortunately, that hasn't played out yet with the fees. Back then, had no idea if fees were going to be $100 in some cases. Yeah, much higher than that in a lot of cases too. Oblio says, I really don't think it will be long before we break the quadruple 05 barrier. I think so too, Oblio, and that is a very important price part for the chart is that quadruple 05, as I've pointed out many times. We'll be following the Axion price very closely every day moving forward. Kim says, I make a Hex live stream as an example of a retarded staking ladder. Very embarrassing, says Kim. Yeah, that's just unfortunate, Kim. You weren't to know about the fees. That's perfectly fine. Back then, it was quite cheap to do stuff then. And man, is it crazy when it goes from a couple of cents into 150, 350 bucks for an unstake, even higher sometimes. Some people pay higher than that. Kim, that sucks. Ether's killing everyone's fees. Hopefully you'll recover quickly once Pulsechain kicks off. Absolutely, Oblo. Nice thought there. Kim says, yeah, I should move into Axion then. Yeah, I think there's quite a few people that are going to take some profits from Pulsechain, PulseX and Hex and move it into Axion and start eating up some of the supply in the market. Also with the proposed changes in the accelerator coming up, I think that's pretty positive as well. So we've got to get the tokenomics just right, and I think we can actually build out some more products. I would like to see some more products coming, particularly possibly lending, something like that in that area could definitely do well. Of course, we could raise a lot of that funds within the ecosystem and then have that business up and running. I think that'd be pretty beneficial for Axion stakers as well. Oblo's got the rockets in the hand. I love it. And Stephen's in there. Once the stake NFT function is finished and available, I think the price will go up greatly, says Stephen. Yeah, you're talking about the Galaxy stakes with the tradable NFTs, secondary market potentially, Stephen. Yeah, we're waiting for that too. That is one of the 12 items. Of course, we've actually ticked off a few items in the top 12 things coming up for Axion. So the team is delivering those in time. CC's in the house. Crypto Casino. Morning all. Just woke up. Classic. Don't forget to get the coffee, CC. Don't forget to get the coffee. All right, nice one. It's great to have CC in the house as well. Let me just do something here for a second. I'm going to let me go over here. So here we are, folks. That's where we're at. Let's go check out the burn, baby burn. We're going to get into that. Let me just go. Yeah, it's cool. All right, let's jump over there. All right, so we're waiting for the burn, baby burn. We're going to get into that. You know how we roll. We compete for the fire. This is how it is. I think I might have some Axion to airdrop, so you might be able to get some of that. Let's go. So here we are. 1 hour ago, we had a burn of 15.7 million. Now, I think I did yesterday's one. So this is the latest and greatest. So we're going to jump into the Axion channel there, and we're going to go burn. Am I on the right channel? Axion, yeah, general. Burn, baby, burn. And we're going to paste that. I've got the little Apple keyboard. You know, look at Apple keyboard. Look. It's quite tiny, so it's a little tiny keyboard. It's not like the PC keyboard. It's like maybe 3 times bigger. So it's pretty funny. Axion. All right. Okay, so total. Let's do it. Total Axion burn. Now let's put that number. Let's get the number. We're going to go to the. Oh, is that the right one? No. That's the wrong one too. Let's go out of there. This is the right one here. Let's go. That is the total. Let's go get that, man. Okay, 36.8 billion, folks. That's really looking good. And, of course, it's going to be way higher in the future. You just got to stay the course, folks, and spread the word. And, of course, that burn's going to go up, up, and up. So just keep spreading the word, folks, and introducing a lot more people to Axion because the burn is going up, and we will get there in the end. Of course, pull in the marketing director's targeting 1 cent, and that's pretty exciting to me. I don't know about you guys, but sounds good to me. All right, so boom, boom. All right. There we are. So total burn, and we're going to hit the mark there. I actually did that fast. Oh, I can't even find the fire. Oh, no, I lost out. Oblio, I bowed to you. You have won. You have won again. So there we are. A little competition between Oblio and myself. But I'm going to get the GIF out. Let's go for the GIF. And we're going to party on with that. Cool. And what else are we going to do? Cool dragon. Where's the dragon gone? I like the dragon. You're on fire. Let's put the dragon in there. And bam. All right. Nice. All right. So there's the fire there. We've got the Axion and we've got the fire. And we might as well put some of these emojis on there, some of these ones too. Nice. All right, so we're doing really well, folks, on the burn. Steady and surely. Keep burning. Of course, we've got a long way to go with today's accelerator. So definitely the best way to pick up Axion. Very, very nice. All right, so let us, I think we've got a couple of little things to cover. Axion announcements at the moment. So no Axion announcements at this stage. Just the last one, of course, is that we've got the launch on at the moment for the Legion network. Now, that is one of many. We could have 24 different launches going through the Axion Accelerator, designed to give you as an Axion investor early access to potentially good projects with a lot of upside. Each project is going to have its own journey, have its own strengths and weaknesses. So you must do your investment due diligence before investing anything. But that's what we've got at the moment. So let's check it out. So obviously the last one we had was Warp. And of course, the latest one currently alive at the moment is the Legion Network IDO, $200,000 in total value, 3 days and 9 hours left to go before it closes. Let's go to the pledge and see what people have pledged for that so far. So we've got the Legend one there. What else you got? Actually, am I not connected to this? Not sure. It doesn't give me any allowance. Got no allowance on this one because I don't have a stake on this account. It's only a dummy account. But the progress so far, 17% so far sold out, 34,000 out of 200,000. So plenty of room there as well. So each project's going to have different level of success. The Warp one sold out, of course, I think. That one sold at 100,000. That sold out 100%. The Luxy one, that one sold out 100% too. So we'll see how the Legend one does. Each of them has their strengths and weaknesses. Once again, check it out. So cool. I think they have done an AMA on that one as well on the Axion official YouTube. So you can check that out if you want to find out more about the team. Obviously, you want to hear about the team, what they're doing, and of course, then you know to verify what they say before investing money. That's pretty much the way to go. Very cool on that. All right, so that was the latest announcements were about that. And of course, there is a vesting period. If you are successful in that, you will get a vesting period. And of course, there's more information on the Launchpad. If you go to Launchpad on the website, you can get a lot more information too around the currently ones here. You just sit there on the Warp there. It will take you to the actual official page for Axion about the actual Legion one there. And of course, here is the launch allocation information about how much you can get, etc. Based on 5 million Axion stake, 350 days will get you 250. Plus people that are staked for 15 years will get another 500 there. So cool. Well, they get 500 at least. And then of course, these people here, you can, if you've got these NFTs, then you can get additional ones there. So the maximum allocation, if you had everything, is $1,500. And as we know, I think John has that himself. So nice. Prana's in the house. Hey, yo, Prana, good to see you. It's great to have Prana in the chat as well. It's been a pleasure to have Crypto Casino and Prana as guests and co-hosts on this live stream a couple of times. We're going to keep that up, folks, because it is so much fun to have the community, involved and moving around. Very cool. Okay, so that's the stuff going on there. We're also going to check out, of course, the gorillas are out there tweeting and promoting Axion. So big hats off to the gorillas. We do appreciate your work, and they are doing a crazy good job on Twitter. So we do appreciate that. They have Twitter raids as well. So you can see that social art where it is becoming a real pillar in the Axion promotion. And of course, you have to do that a time and time again. And people have to see things up maybe over 10 times before they start reacting to things. So it really is a great job they're doing there as well. Let's go to Axion Twitter and see what the official Axion team is doing in terms of their promotion. So we've got our new Axion Launchpad partner, Legion Network, is the first blockchain ecosystem that combines all the best services into the crypto NFT metaverse industries into what they call a super app, which is launching soon. So pretty exciting there. They've also got, to anyone who thinks our new launch partner is the only thing we've got coming, sorry, we disappoint you. Keep watching Axion. So we're expecting another launch partner, folks, and this is a bit of a tease here. Very cool. I'm not even sure this is going to play. Is it going to play? Yeah, nice. I love this little animation. Very cool. So Axion is on the move. So watch out, folks. There's a lot coming this year, and we're building things up for sure. In any case, you missed our latest YouTube stream with our launch partner, Legion. Come and learn all about Legion and why you don't want to miss it. So you can check that out on Axion official YouTube. So definitely check that out, or you can come to announcements here and follow that as well. And I think this is our final one, is it? The final one? Yes, the last one for today. So typically do about 3 or 4 tweets out today, the Axion team. Very nice. And of course, chain, hashtag Bitcoin reaction. And there's a good article there, I think, from the looks of it. I'm not sure where that actually leads. Let's set that and see where it actually goes. Yeah, so it's going about bill introduced to let Tennessee buy Bitcoin. So it's talking about open access for crypto adoption. Nice. So very cool from the team. Big hats off. The marketing team is stepping up. Great to see Pullen on the deck, of course, doing some wonderful things. And of course, we went through the 12 things that the team is working on at the moment. And of course, we've seen Dead Poet back on deck, making announcements and stuff like that. So big, awesome stuff to see the team ramping up as well. We are expecting a bit of a restructure in the team for around marketing and promotions in particular. And of course, it's going to build and strengthen Axion into the 2022 year. So it's pretty exciting. You've already seen quite a few changes amongst the content creators, Crypto Casino, myself, and even Prana jumping on from now and then, and of course starting a channel as well. So it really is starting to ramp up. And of course, we do have Fixation doing the wonderful things in Discord, as well as moderators on the Telegram, hosting a community and educational sessions as well. So very cool. In fact, I think there was one on there, an off topic. Yeah, during this live stream, there was one on off topic. They're having a little chat in there. So definitely things are quite active in the community. So it's really, really cool. Prana says those social gorillas are nuts. They like, retweet, and comment so much. It's hard to keep up with them, says Prana. Yeah, you got to love it, though. You got to love it. It is a cool aspect of the community. Stephen says, thanks for covering Axion Token with these videos. You do a great job, says Stephen. Hey, Stephen, I appreciate that. And a big shout out to you, too. Appreciate your comments. And I do try and respond to them as much as possible. Solex says, nice video, Prana. Now Superman and CC will have competition. That's Solex putting out the old hammer there. Nice one, Solex. And Prana says, thanks, Solex. I'll keep them on their toes. Nice one. All right. That's very cool. I've got a salute to that. Go for gold, folks. Spread the word about Axion. Promote your own investment. That is the way to go. And, of course, 2022 is just ramping up. We're just in the middle of February, and there's a long way to go. It's going to be a lot of fun for sure. All right, so just to recap, folks, we really covered the Axion Collider today. Really is pretty exciting. And as you see, the rewards can be pretty fruitful. And it is a really cool extra bonus on top of the Axion's basic investment, earning Axion and wrap Bitcoin dividends. It really is quite cool. So we're going to go over to the general chat here as well. And, of course, go up the top here. This is basically the results at the moment. 378 million Axion, one through the Collider, $13,600, and, of course, 171 winners. Pretty cool. I think that's pretty nice. All right, so we also covered Warp yesterday, so we're not going to cover Warp today. We did cover it yesterday. We'll probably cover Warp again tomorrow. They have got more stuff happening soon, I think, in the next 24 hours, so definitely some new things for us to talk about there. And, of course, we'll be back tomorrow and probably have some collabs, have some people on. Come on, people, come on to the channel. I'll open it up tomorrow. Will be a community day on this live stream. So if you are keen to come on, you don't have to show your face. You can be anonymous, or you can show your face and show your superhero-ness. Definitely would be cool. I hope you guys enjoyed today's live stream. Once again, we will catch you in the next one. Critical Consensus, second video. Great stuff, Prana. Yes, Prana's done 2 videos now. Big shout out there. Very cool. All right, take care now. Hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you in Discord. And, of course, man, the Axion price does look like a buying opportunity at the moment. And who knows who will be buying at this stage. It's going to be a lot of fun. Wink, wink. All right. Okay, take care now. Bye for all. And I'm just going to sign out here. Let me just put some little thankfulness here. Thanks for what I say, watching. Don't forget to smash the like, the subscribe, hit the bell, spread, of course, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching. And here we go. All right. So thanks for watching. Bam. And CC says, take care, guys. And thanks for watching. Let's post some emojis. Going to finish the poll. Let's finish the poll first before we go. Let's find the end button here. We're going to end the poll. Now, just almost forgot about the poll. We're not up to an hour yet. We're 57 minutes, so we've still got a little bit to go. And let's talk about that. Here, the poll's coming up. We're going to have a good time with this one. What's it got on the results? Come on, poll. Okay, there's a 1 in 25 chance of winning in the Axion Collider. How many times have you won? And we've got 8 votes, folks, so far. Of course, not one so far, 50%. Have not used the Collider, 25%. And won 2 times or more, 12%. One time, 12%. So, very cool. I guess that's 4 people that have not won so far. We've got 2 people that have not used the Collider yet. So hopefully this video has been a benefit to you, having gone through the Collider and what it's all about. We've got 1 person that's won 2 more times. You lucky person, you lucky person. So that's pretty cool. Congratulations. And one time, 1 person as well. So very nice. Very cool. All right, let's post some emojis, folks. If you're an Axion Token member, make sure you post some emojis in the chat there. It is a cool thing to do for sure. All right, let's play some peace out here. And wow. So if you want to get access to emojis, folks, just hit the join button, become an Axion Token member. And there's a couple of different type of memberships you can join up there. Get access to emojis in the chat. It is pretty cool. And, of course, I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. I will catch you next time. I think we're up to an hour, 58 minutes. We're not even an hour yet. It just feels bad finishing before an hour, but this is the way it goes. Until next time, says Prana. And see you, mates, absolutely. And we've got the power out there. Okay, it's time to end. Bye for now. See you later.